When informal workers at the mechanic village on Babs Animashaun in Surulere were evicted from their workplace, it was under the pretext that they operated under high-tension cables. Months down the line, some permanent structures appear to be springing up, and the victims wonder what's happening. So they staged a rally.
This Eyewitness video shows members of the Informal Workers Organization of Nigeria and the Nigeria Automobile Technicians Association at a rally to protest their eviction from the mechanic village stretching from Babs Animashaun to Doyin Junction in Surulere. They claim that they were evicted under the pretext that they operated under high-tension wire, and now they wonder why the alleged expanse of land is now being built up. Some of their officials, as well as a human rights advocate, Achike Chude, bear their minds on the situation on ground, which has left hundreds of their workers jobless.
But what surprised me most was the utterance from the Attorney General of the Lagos State. While we were doing the discussion, and I said, "Sir, did you remember this place we are talking about is under attention?" He said, "Yes." And that everybody that has property under attention has been compensated for since 1976. He said he's aware. I said, then, why would somebody purporting herself or himself as the owner of the land? He now said, being compensated for does not mean you did not have claims on that same property. I said, okay. I said, okay, I don't seem to understand you. You've been compensated for, you now go back again to lay claims. So that surprised me most. That's from the Attorney General.
We are worried because there seems to be systematic theft of public spaces in the name of development. And what happened at the end of the day is that government functionaries and their developer fronts actually take over these public spaces for their personal use. We are all familiar with the case of Tejuosho Market, for instance. Tejuosho, we had a situation where, again, thousands of market men and women were displaced from that place. The place has been rebuilt now for over 3-4 years and is almost empty because after reconstruction, those displaced cannot be accommodated there because it's out of reach in terms of pricing and also in terms of design. And so we keep saying that if development is about people, then it shouldn't be destroying people. It should be people-centered. It should take their needs and aspirations into cognizance in the process of planning that development process. And they should be part of it, and it should benefit them. But when a development only displaces people and award what used to belong to thousands or even to a few individuals, then I think all of us should be concerned. We should be concerned because it has implications for working families. It means children may have to drop out of school because their parents are now jobless. It means, as a matter of fact, it has been documented that each time you have these demolitions, people actually die. People die of hypertension. There have been reported cases of people actually collapsing right there on the spot, you know. And we believe that even under the military, it was not this bad, and that this is a trend that has been consistently criticized, and it is time that government should really have a second look at this, their strange model of development.
The statistics that have been provided to us over the years, that one of the most vigorous, one of the most consistent performers in the social economy of this country is the informal sector. All the data, all the statistics speak well about their contribution, to the gross domestic product of this country, the GDP. And yet they continue to suffer this kind of attack by government. So it tells you something about those people, about those who are in government and their ability, to appreciate exactly what their responsibilities are. It's about human beings. It's about developing, and that was what Bigay was trying to say. Yes, the physical capital infrastructure are okay, but they are not more important than developing the human beings, because it is on the basis of these human beings that governments exist all over the world. And so they must be the first priority of government. After all, the Constitution tells us that the primary responsibility of government is the security and welfare of the people. So when you're busy trampling on the welfare of people, I mean, how can you call yourself of a government. And that is why we are urging for a serious rethink, in terms of understanding the real meaning of governance, that it must be people-centered, it must be people-concentrated, it must be people-driven. What is going on is neither of all of these things. And so, political officers, but again, we need to build ourselves to that level of political consciousness when we realize that the governments that you have put in place, who believe that the only way they can govern is by inflicting hardship on you as a people, that you also have abilities. You also have to build yourself to that level where you know that you're also going to punish them every 4 years when they have to submit themselves, to the critical test of either accepting that they continue or to move them out of power.
When contacted, the General Manager of the Lagos State Building Control Agency promised to investigate the matter and reach out to us with their findings. At the moment, the Lagos State government has a reputation to preserve by ensuring anyone found culpable of violating building laws in the state is appropriately sanctioned. It is also expected that the human capital development is factored into infrastructure upgrade. We are hopeful the Lagos State government will intervene.